Hi guys, welcome to the channel Learn Concepts with Nikhil. Discover, learn, and grow. This is the first video of our series SQL for data analytics and business analytics. In this series, in this course, right, we will be learning everything related to SQL that is needed for and that is required for data analysts as well as business analysts. So, before deep diving into the course or before starting the course, I would like to give a small caution. Like I may be jumping between Hindi and English in this series, right? Like while explaining, I may be jumping into Hindi or English unknowingly, but the video won't be completely in Hindi or completely in English. It will be a mix of both the languages. So please get used to it. But because in order to, fluency ke liye. So yeah, so now let's deep dive into the course. Before knowing about like databases, RDMS and all other SQL stuff, we will be learning about data. First, what is data? So, the technical definition of data is like data is a raw facts, figures, and symbols that, when processed or organized, provides meaningful information. So, as per this sentence, data is an like it's a raw fact or figures which is in unorganized form. Like there is no organization and it is not processed. Data is just a raw fact or raw figures. But when the data is organized and when the data is processed and then organized, we can get the information out of the data and we can make better insights. Like we can make better decisions so that it can improve our business or it can improve our lifestyle. I'm saying in general, but it can improve our business if we use the data to process and to make the information so that we can improve our business by making insightful decisions. So there are different types of data. There are mainly three types of data. One is structured data, second one is unstructured data, and third one is semi-structured data. So coming to structured data, the data will be in the structured format, like tables. Excel sheet, like you'll be seeing the Excel sheet, right? Like the data is organized in the form of tables, like rows. There will be rows as well as columns, right? Organized में रहता है, the data will be. Coming to unorganized data, unorganized data is nothing but what files, PDF files, videos, images, audios, and all these are like ये सब unorganized data के अंदर आता है. And coming to semi-structured data, it is not totally structured, not totally unstructured, but it is semi-structured. Some part of the data is structured and some part of data is not structured. So that is called as semi-structured. And now we will be knowing about data in the perspective, in the point of view of businesses. So like organizations, organizations or companies are collecting data and storing data in database. Database is nothing but the house of data, like where the data will be residing. So database is a place where data will be residing. That is called database. And organizations or companies will be collecting and storing the data, the raw facts and raw figures in the database. And as we all coming to the second point, data in database is stored in zeros and ones. So as we all know that like systems or computers or systems cannot understand our human language, right? So they will be understanding only zeros and ones. That is binary format. Binary format में रहता ना उसका language. So they will be understanding only zeros and ones. So database is nothing different or nothing special. Even it is also a system. So, like it can only understand zeros and ones. That is the reason why data will be stored in the form of binary format, zeros and ones in the database. So, coming to third point, if you want to access data from database, DBMS is the mediator. So, database होता ना, database में like binary format में data will be stored. Data will be stored in the binary format in the database. So, in order to communicate with the data, we cannot directly communicate with the data. Like We don't know the binary format language, right? Like we know human language only. So in order to interact with the database, in order to fetch the data, in order to retrieve the data from the database, we will be using a mediator called DBMS, Database Management System. And MySQL is a tool of DBMS. We will be coming to that point in the latter stages. So like DBMS is a mediator so that like it can interact or it can talk with the database in order to fetch or retrieve the data. So there are there are many types of DBMS. RDBMS is there, like relational database management system. Object-oriented DBMS is there, as well as hierarchical DBMS is there, as well as network DBMS. There are like 4 to 5 types of DBMS, but uh, in the perspective of the data analysts or business analysts. So we are learning about data analysts, analytics and business analytics, right? So in the perspective of the data analytics or business analytics, we will be using RDBMS. That is nothing but relational database management system, and other DBMS, object-oriented DBMS, network DBMS, hierarchy. These are used for like developing a website or developing purpose. But for analysis and analyzing purpose, we will be using relational database management system. And MySQL is a tool of RDBMS. So RDBMS क्या करता है? It will be interacting with the data in the database, and it will be like we can create the data, we can manipulate the data in the database, or we can create the data and we can view to database, or we can manipulate the data in the database by using some keywords. I will be like we will be learning about that, like practical approach में we will be learning about that. But in order to say in a high level, in a overview, like concept का overview दिया तो like we can create the data with the help of MySQL. We can interact with the database. We can manipulate the data as well as we can retrieve the data. Like we can retrieve the data and we can analyze that data in order to make insightful decisions and better decisions to improve our business. Last point, data analysts and business analysts will be retrieving the data. As I said before, they will be retrieving the data in order to make better decisions and to improve business or improve lifestyle and all. So now we will be learning about demand for SQL in data analysis and business analysis. So like SQL has a lot of demand, but because like without SQL there is no analyzing, there is no data analyst or business analyst. So SQL plays a very important role in when it comes to data analysis or business analysis. So SQL demand in DA and BA is approximately 80 to 90%. Data analytics, coming to data analytics, see, data analytics and business analytics is somewhat, business analysis is somewhat different. So data analyst will be dealing only with SQL, Python, Excel in order to make informed decisions, as well as Power BI data visualization tools. But business analyst is the one who will be taking care of like stakeholder management, requirement gathering. He will be writing BRDs as well as he will be writing BRDs as well as FRDs. BRDs has nothing but business requirement documents, and FRDs are nothing but functional requirement documents. And he will be doing some, like he will be collaborating with the stakeholders. But as a business analyst also, like he should have the knowledge of SQL and visualization tools. Python is not mandatory for them, but they should be having the knowledge of Excel, SQL, and visualization tools. But coming to data analyst, he should be also having the knowledge of Python, and SQL is a must for him, must for both the people. But both the roles, like data analyst as well as business analyst, but data analyst require it more. Data analysts require like 90%, approximately 90% of job postings require SQL, as I said, no. And business analysts also need 75 to 85% of like approximately 75% to 85% of job postings of SQL as preferred list में है. So SQL is a must for analysis purpose, and those who are aiming to become data analysts or business analysts, SQL is a must. So there is no debate about SQL. Coming to RDBMS, like next I will be giving an example, but we will be first we will be learning the concepts in a theoretical way. So in RDBMS, a large table is often broken into smaller related tables through normalization to improve data integrity and efficiency. So RDBMS में क्या होता है, like एक बड़ा टेबल होता, बहुत बड़ा टेबल होता है, like there will be a very big table, and uh, see, as a normal person, we cannot read a total table, right? We cannot read total table in order to understand the data. So, in order to make it easier and improve the performance of the database, we will be breaking down that large table into smaller chunks, like smaller tables. Like, uh, for example, let's say e-commerce का website है. Like e-commerce gets so many of orders and so many of products get delivered every day, right? So product एक टेबल में प्रोडक्ट्स इंफॉर्मेशन रहता, कस्टमर्स इंफॉर्मेशन रहता, एज वेल एज ऑर्डर्स इंफॉर्मेशन रहता है, राइट? So we cannot read the total table in order to know customers information, products information, orders information. So what we will be doing, okay, like we will break that large table into smaller chunks. Like product table के लिए, like we will be making a small table. Orders table के लिए we will be making a small table from the large table, and customers के लिए we will be making a small table. It's like large table रहता, and the small tables are the subsets of the large table, and these small tables are related to each other, so that like it can improve the efficiency of the database, as well as it can improve the data integrity. The smaller tables along with their relationships, like relationships bola tha na, like the smaller tables will be having a relationship among them, so that we can, they are related to each other, so that we can make insights. So the smaller tables with the relationships are called as relational schemas. So the smaller tables are called relational schemas, and the structure and the total structure is called as database schemas.